Rupert Lowe banned. Good evening or good morning when this goes out. I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching. There's been some interesting developments with Restore Britain over the past few days. First of all, I want to say I think they've got 120k subscribers now, or members, which is a heck of an achievement with a new political party. And we've had a message from Rupert Lowe regarding the status of Restore Britain, so I'm going to play this first of all.
Good evening, everybody. Friday evening, some great news. Restore Britain is not only growing meteorically, this evening we have just received Electoral Commission approval as a registered political party. So that is fantastic news for all of us. We're intending to win the next general election. Although people laugh, I believe it to be the case that we will. And once we've won, we intend to basically create a clean sweep through Parliament in order to restore common sense and logic the way in which this country is governed. So thank you all for your tremendous support. Go and have an early drink on a Friday evening, and let's continue to march forward together. All the best.
So as I say, this is welcome news, and this is great news. It's truly remarkable they've come so far so quickly. They've started a billboard campaign. I think it's all over the United Kingdom. It may be localised to England, but I do think it's all over Britain, which is again a positive sign. Now, the actual meat of the video is regarding an accusation that Rupert Lowe made last year regarding GB News. This is from Basil the Great. Rupert Lowe accuses GB News of blacklisting himself and Ben Habib. If GB News wants to cover all political spectrums, why not invite myself and Ben Habib back onto the channel? Ben and Rupert are frozen out, and it isn't a good look. This was back in November. And we've had some developments regarding this from the chairman of Reform UK, David Bull. This was put out, first of all, this is from Rupert Lowe regarding coverage on Restore Britain that's coming from the BBC of all places. The BBC mentioned Restore's astonishing growth and official registration today. Credit where credit is due, their coverage, it's fair coverage from Lowe Coonsburg. Blimey, we must be making progress. I think there's a dig there as well because GB News haven't been covering it. And then we get on to the actual post that David Bull put up on X, but he has removed it. This is a very disingenuous treat. The editorial decision has been made by GB News, and broadcasters and newspapers make them every day, as you well know. This is in response to a post from Alan Rushbridger. Reform leaders Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe were regulars on GB News. When they left Reform, they say they were never asked back. Probably a total coincidence. Now, I do want to put a bit of nuance on this. I do, because I do remember Ben Leo from GB News. He's mentioned that he's invited Rupert Lowe onto his show. Now, in fairness, it is a post-midnight slot, and Rupert Lowe may not want to do that, but I do believe that Ben Leo has actually made that offer. So David Bull may have removed it from X because A, is accurate.
Son of a bitch, I knew it!
Or B, he's mistaken. I'm on the fence. You could argue that if you're not inviting Rupert Lowe and Ben Habib on during prime time, then that is a snub. On the other hand, if you got commentators and presenters on GB News actually saying we've invited you on and you've declined or you've not responded, you could take that view as well. I believe in an open discourse and an open debate from all sides. Reform, Tories, Lib Dems, Labour, Greens, whoever, UKIP, Restore Britain, Advance UK. They should all get a hearing. Labour, they should all get a first shake. That's exactly what should be happening. There should be no gatekeeping, and I'm calling out the new media now, as well as the legacy media. There should be no gatekeeping. As long as it's not incitement to violence, there should be no gatekeeping from any angle at all. At the moment, there's a bit of discourse on the right that I want to briefly mention as well. We're getting commentators online, YouTubers like me, but with bigger channels, no names given, They're tearing strips off each other for clicks and for views. And I'm not naming names, but I'm above it. I don't think it's relevant, I don't think it's necessary. It's just rage bait, it's just clickbait, that's all it is. Whenever I see a video, or when I click onto a video, inevitably within a minute or so, I'm thinking of this clip from a really funny movie.
Sending her out so fast!
That's literally all it is. That's literally all it is. I don't like that person, I don't like that person, blah 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 blah. It's really, really pathetic. I'm calling everyone out on it. You're not going to get that here. I will call out any politician. I will call out any politician that I disagree with, whoever that is. I will make my feelings known. However, I will never call out other commentators, YouTubers. I don't see the point. I really don't. Do you think GB News has blacklisted Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe because of the stakeholders in GB News, being Nigel Farage and Paul Marshall? As I've mentioned on my channel previously, there have been people who have been invited onto Talk TV and GB News, and they've said basically there is a gatekeeping in the legacy media by major stakeholders to make sure nothing too right of centre or nothing unfiltered goes out on live TV. And if you believe what's come out today, then there's a very strong case for that. As always, your mileage may vary. Like and subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.